Alright, dirt fans, we're live here for Knoxville Raceway. About to kick up some dirt here and some dust tonight for the V2rtv 360 wing sprints. And you see Race Control bringing these hot boys out here tonight. Run some hot laps around here. Well, myself, Joe White up here in the booth. And I'm accompanied by the man down under, legend himself, Brett Wheeler. Brett, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good, but you know, I think we go back to this legend stuff. Come on, man, I'm just a simple old guy that loves dirt track racing. And hey, look, glad to be back here, and once again, glad to be working with yourself, Joe. It's always a pleasure. Yeah,
man, no doubt, man. We have fun up here, and we call some awesome racing around here. Knoxville's a good track. I tell you what, I think we just had the VLR Midnight Madness guys. And Lewis Hewitt pulling it off. Well, we call him Money in the Bank, and that guy loves just stealing the spotlight and everything else. But qualifying here tonight, as we've got our first three guys on the track. I'll get it right here in a minute. As they're storming off around here, Brett, this track ought to be fun.
Yeah, first looking track here this evening to start off qualifying in hot lap session number 1. Times coming through right now. Corey Wenzel in the 888 with a 16.927. Doyle Lawrence with second, quick with a 16.952. Brandon Steele now back in fourth position with a 17.058. And Nathan Davis sets quick time at the moment with a 16.704. Corey Wenzel now jumps to position number 2 with a 16.816. Brandon Steele goes quicker on his previous lap with a 16.979, excuse me. So at the moment, Nathan Davis setting the pace in the Black Diamonds Motorsports number 36.
Yeah, just give them an idea here. These guys are definitely going to put on some hot laps here tonight. We got 4 drivers. Race Control's going to call them out here for us and get our racing here as everything's manually done. Roger down there, he does an awesome job here for the virtual2reality.tv. Got him in my other ear here listening. And I think we've the top 4 guys here concluded their qualifying. The next guys out should be coming out here now. They're gridding up on pit road.
Yeah, Nathan Davis in car 36, still position number 1 with a 16.697. So Black Diamonds Motorsports Iron Aces number 36. He's on a roll to start the evening off. Corey Wenzel in the True Speed Motorsports 888 entry with a 16.790. Second quick in the Steel Cycle eBay. Number 5, Brandon Steele, third quick with a 16.804. And Doyle Lawrence in car number 45 in the Ravens Graphics with a 16.893. We have our next lot of cars coming out onto the racetrack. In the United Dirt Sim Racing Association Dirt Co Media, car number 13, it is Austin Carr the Cuban. In car number 9, the plain black and red machine, I like it, just nice and simple. It's AJ Williamson, Mr. Money in the Bank himself, fresh off a victory in the VLR Midnight Madness last night here at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world, and the TTL Esports Ultimate Dirt TV, SimSpec Engineering, down on the graphics, Ash Media Speedway footage, and TH Designs. It's going to be Lewis Hewitt, and the last car, well, from Team VLR. Normally got the TAC 3 on that car, but well, all the Harlemaniacs out there, including myself, a fan of this man in car number 17, it's David Heileman.
Well, I'll tell you what, and as they roll off here, 40 mile an hour get started, but Race Control's let them go. So these guys are going to kind of complete a couple laps here tonight. We're going to see if Lewis Hewitt, he has been the man on the hot seat all season long. He's taken the money, he's taken the top spot, and he's definitely been all that in a bag of chips from down under. And right now he's going to see what he can put up here on qualifying.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is probably one of the fastest groups you'll see here this evening right now. So looking at time starting to come through. The first car in car number 13, Austin Carr, goes to position number 4 with a 16.879. AJ Williamson with a 16.972. Mr. Money in the Bank, Lewis Hewitt, second quick with a 16.772. And David Heileman with a 16.926.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lewis definitely living up to his name out there. Fast cat, Money in the Bank here as he's up in second right now. Could not Nathan Davis off the top spot, but hey, we've always said it. Racing and qualifying is 2 different things. As look at that, Heilemaniacs are yelling as David Heileman puts it up in the 3rd place with a 16.781.
Now Lewis Hewitt improves his time, and he should go quick time with a 16.693. Lewis Hewitt jumps to position number 1. And where you want to be in in top 6 after qualifying, because that'll give you a front row starting position here this evening. Austin Carr jumps to position 3 with a 16.779. David Heilemann jumps to position 3. Bubbing Carr back to 4 with a 16.768. And AJ Williamson with a 16.896. So just shy, or just a little bit over 2 tenths separating the field at the moment after 2 groups of qualifying session. But it's the man from South Australia here in Australia. From Adelaide, it is Lewis Hewitt on top.
Yeah, the man from down under there, the Aussie himself, Lewis Hewitt, puts it on pole. I spoke a little too soon right there, but he was definitely bad, fast, and it's just going to be a very tough person to tangle here in this series. He's done about everything he can do, and he's just going to take all the money home if he possibly can. Next 4 cars roll off. Again, set here for the qualifying time here at Knoxville Raceway.
Well, a man that's been pretty much unbeatable in the Northwest Focus Midget Series, the sister series to the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series on a Wednesday night with myself, Caleb Hart, and Michaela Dumsey, the driver from, I'm not sure where he's from. I don't think he's from, might be California, I think, or Florida. Florida in the Dirt Co Media, United Dirt Sim Racing Association, VRS, Chase Cabray. Now, he has won 6 out of the 10 rounds in a Northwest Focus Midget Series. So to say he has won 60% of the races on a Wednesday night is nothing short of spectacular. So he's put the wing on, and he will be out in this hot lap in qualifying session. The nerd in the O2, Terry Rennett, also joins them on the racetrack, along with the 22 of Marty Barnes and Jr., as he's known as Sean Wallenfels Jr. in car number 21, the 4th car in this hot lap session. But keep an eye on the 4 of Chase Cabray. Well, he's good with the wing, he's good with the midget, he's good with everything that he puts his backside into. So we'll see what kind of lap times he can do, and the first lap time is a 16.976.
Yeah, no doubt. And I tell you what, I saw something unique, and I never really just noticed it the other night at the VLR, the Midnight Madness one. The wing move, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world when I saw that little wing move. I didn't know they had those kind of adjustments on the fixed setup side, but I guess to do. Somebody informed me they did, and that's kind of awesome to see. And I referred to it. I said, well, if it starts raining on them, at least they got an umbrella out there.
No. Okay, hang on. We'll get back to that conversation in a minute. Chase jumps to position 7 with a 16.820. Sean Wallenfels Jr. 8th quick with a 16.839. Terry Rennett with a 16.895. Marty Barnes, 16.885. Wallenfels goes to position 7 with a 16.818. So this group are qualifying right now. This group of guys, they are fairly close in times. And I'll say that Chase Cabray, he goes to position 4 with a 16.770. Terry Rennett with a 16.795. And we go back to Wallenfels Jr. 9th quick, and 10th quick is Marty Barnes. Just go back to the wing moving backwards and forwards. Obviously, adjustable wing ram inside the cockpit of the race car. So regardless of whether it's fixed setup or not, you can actually move it all the way back, and basically it'll be at -10 when it's all the way back. Basically, the looser the car gets, you want to move that wing back. But if you're tight, you want to move it forward.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go. Well, it's learn something new all the time on the dirt side of things, because they're not sure how these things set up wise, as opposed to, obviously, wings are in any kind of race car. It's all different with the downforce and anything that these guys ought to have. But you're right, it also controls whether or not to get through the turns, how loose it is, tight it is, and whatnot. I just thought it was kind of cool when I saw it move. I never seen it move on the iRacing side, so it's kind of cool. As we get the next set of drivers out here for qualifying. The 4 guys here is Lewis Hewitt, the man still up top right now here at Knoxville. They got a couple good-looking machines out here right now.
Yeah, rolling out on the racetrack first in car number 23. I believe that's got the Pruitt team on there. Jonathan Smith in car number 23. Jonathan Smith. In the team VR Beer Hill Gang number 27. It's Stephen Calavoda. Stephen Calavoda in car number 27. Next to roll out onto the racetrack in car number 95, I believe. Yes, in the United Dirt Sim Racing Association Dirt Co Media VRS. It is Dakota Kuhn. Dakota Kuhn in car number 95. And the last car to roll out onto the racetrack in the UW Motorsports Next Gen Fab Golby's Eye Paint Ultimate Dirt TV and Wicked Cushion new sponsor for the UW Motorsports guys, and it's the 14 of Michael Sheridan.
I just heard somebody in race chat just go, wah, 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 wah. I don't know what they're doing down there, Brett, but them boys are having a party, and I guess he was trying to mimic what his car was sounding like.
Yeah, some people are crazy down there. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend they're not. They're all crazy SOBs, let me tell you. They're gonna be crazy to get in one of these race cars, that's for sure.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I just saw right there. Jonathan Smith. Well, he hit that inside curb, and that thing upset that car awful. Looks like it's a bad bump right there. Something I have to watch throughout this race. These guys, man, are going to be flirting with disaster. Right there, he did it again on the 23. I don't know if you noticed that. It's kind of awesome. Looks like a big heel right there in the inside.
Yeah, it's got that inside curb where it's, it's quite high. And if you get your left front on it, it will definitely unsettle the race car. It'll actually swing the rear end of the race car out. So obviously not the quickest way to get around this racetrack. Basically, the straighter you are, the faster you'll go. Looking at times right now, Jonathan Smith with a 17.436. Stephen Calavota with a 16.941. Dakota Kuhn, the fastest out of these four drivers, sits 10th quick with a 16.879. And Michael Sheridan with a 16.903, I believe that is.
Yeah, right now, those top four guys right there looking good. And they're out here, man, just flinging around. Just noticed that. It's going to be something interesting to watch. So that's an awful high inside curve. We're used to seeing maybe the cushion on the high side there play a factor, but that could play a factor later on into the race if these guys don't watch it. But next set of gentlemen will come on out here to the track here for their qualifying time as we're getting set here. Getting down here to the final stages before we hit heat race number 1 here tonight.
Yeah, second last group of qualifying to come out right now, but Michael Sheridan was the quickest of those four drivers with a 16.830. Dakota Kuhn 11th quick with a 16.879. Stephen Calavota with a 16.941, and Jonathan Smith with a 17.029. As we have our next car onto the racetrack in the TeamVLR.com Team Friday Triple S machine. It's going to be Cole Newhoffen in car number 8. And while you think I'm the mouth of the South, this guy is the mouth of the South. But let me tell you, he can get the job done in that TTL Esports down on the graphics Ash Media Speedway through his Thigh Designs Ultimate Dirt TV number 15. It's the Burkinator Joel Berkeley. In the Dirt Co Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association number 6, Cody Olsen rolls onto the racetrack, and I believe that is just our 3 cars in this one, but a couple of young guys in this one. Keep an eye on the 15 as well from Queensland, Australia.
Well, Dole, just to answer your question out there, man, I always love guys, man, giving helpful advice in, and we're in the middle of qualifying, so wait till the race and the heats, and we definitely will mix it up, man, going from car to car. Normally a lot of times in the qualifying session, I get stuck on one because we're really, basically me and Brett's just talking about what quick times are out here, and I try to flip to it. So, hey, definitely, man, keep the comments coming, man. I love it, I love anything that'll help out what's streamed and everything else out there.
All right, so these second last group of qualifying and hot laps here this evening from the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, the Virtual 2 Reality 360 winged sprint car series. We're looking at Cole Newhoffen with a 16.853. He sits position number 11. Joel Berkeley with a 17.182. Not the time that he would like. He'd want to be pushing that one up just a little bit further, but at least 4 or 5 tenths on that one. Cody Olsen sits 19th quick with a 17.679. Newhoffen slower on that previous lap, and there it is. Joel Berkeley with a 16.810. Excuse me. He goes to position number 9, and at the moment, he will be sitting position 3 in heat race number 3. Cody Olsen will go quicker. Cole Newhoffen jumps to position 5, and that bumps Corey Wenzel off a front row starting position to a second row, as Newhoffen with a 16.776.
Yeah, no doubt, right there. Last time around the track, he was able to pop up there in the top 5, so we'll see if he holds on to that spot, as we got 3 more drivers here left in the qualifying. And we head off into heat race number 1 here tonight. So we got a good group of field out here. Should have about, it looks like right now, 22, 23 machines out here?
Yeah, 22, I believe. But how about this? Joel Berkeley jumps to position number 3 with a 16.753. So from the inside of the second row, he jumps up 6 positions, and he will now start at the moment on the pole for heat race number 3. So, I mean, that just goes to say that the track has still got some moisture in it right now, but we got our final group of cars to come out onto the racetrack, and the first car out there in the United Dirt Sim Racing Association Dirt Co Media VRS number 56, it's David Flick. In the Black Diamonds Motorsports number 90, it is Trevor Royer. And in the Ravens Graphics number 20 machine, it's Derek Walker. So still 3 fast guys to come out here and qualify, but at the moment, as it stands, Lewis Hewitt, Nathan Davis, and Joel Berkeley, they will all secure themselves a front row starting position, with the exception of if these 3 drivers on the racetrack happen to go quicker than a 16.768, they will start on the outside of their respective heat races. But at the moment, it's David Heilemann, Chase Cabrera in 4th, and Cole Newhaven in 6th, who has secured a front row starting position. But it all comes back down to beating this lap time. So the top 6 will start on the front row for all 3 heat races.
Awesome. Right here is the last 3 guys take their qualifying. And that's one of the things, Brett, man, up here, I get to learn that you are the dirt masters, the way I look at it. And the next thing is learning what the track conditions hold here. I mean, you know, obviously I'm an asphalt guy. I know how a lot of that stuff works. I know how the tire wear and all that, man, interacts with the cars. It's different over here in the dirt side. So something, man, I'm going to learn as time goes on. And you were talking about the moisture in the track and just seeing the track conditions change, the cushion build throughout the track, and just what these guys have to put up with throughout the heats and through mains and through everything else out there. It's just interesting to see.
Yeah, you know, the track is always changing every time a group of cars come out onto the racetrack. So, I mean, you know, the more these guys run the bottom at the moment in qualifying, you'll start to see that, you know, slicking off towards the heat races. Then they'll start moving towards the middle of the racetrack. Then later on, if there's a cushion starting to develop on the outside, you'll see the cushion start to come in, and that's where you'll see the guys, they'll put that right rear tyre on that cushion, and if they can literally just roll that cushion, and I mean like sort of ride that cushion all the way around with the right rear tyre just pretty much glued to it, you know, then you'll see, you know, the fast guys really be up the top. But yeah, I've seen the bottom side come in here as well, so hopefully we have multiple lanes of racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. Time-wise right now, Derek Walker 8th quick with a 16.788. Trevor Royer 14th quick. As I say, that Derek Walker jumps to position 4, bumping Cole Newhaven from a front row starting position back to a second row starting position. So Walker will start on the outside of heat race number 1. Trevor Royer 14th quick with a 16.826, and David Flick with a 16.906, position number 20. So 20 cars have officially laid down a lap time here at the Knoxville Raceway, but it is Lewis Hewitt who is quick time this evening.
Yes, he is. That concludes qualifying here, folks, as we head off into, it's going to be our heats here tonight. Heat race 1, and I think we're going to have 3 heats tonight. I think I just heard race control confirm that one there. It's going to be awesome. 10 laps each heat. As like you said, Lewis Hewitt puts it on pole here. He's going to have that top spot, top place here. It'll be interesting to see what he can do here at Knoxville Speedway. Again, I like this track. The other night it was a 2-groove style track, but I think the difference between here and the other night is they had open setups, and we run fixed here, I believe.
Yeah, it is fixed setups here, and you know, it all comes back down to driver ability. Drivers being able to watch the racetrack, see where the groove is going, see where the slick path, and you know, where they shouldn't be running, to where if they can get to that cushion, that will surely start to build later on in the night. I don't expect the cushion to start coming in probably till the B main, I'm going to say, with the track the way it is at the moment. We had a 5% starting usage here, so it was very light, and then obviously, you know, they'll run that into qualifying, and then it'll go down to 25% for the B main. So that cushion, you know, should start to come in towards that latter part of the B main. If not, I'm going to say probably the first 10 laps of the main event tonight.
No doubt about it. What's going on, Tim, out there? How you doing? I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We're live for the V2rtv Facebook page, OSR Network, YouTube, Twitch here tonight. Kicking this thing off here at Knoxville Raceway. Right now, race controls, talking to the guys down there, getting them set for heat race 1 here tonight. as we're about to have some dirt racing here, folks. Throw some mud in the face a little bit. Kick it up under the light style.
Yeah, the sprint car capital of the world, Joe. I tell you what, I'd love to get to this racetrack one day. Now, I believe you're very close.
Yes, Knoxville, Tennessee. And wouldn't be that far from me. I'm over here in North Carolina.
I was just going to say, I believe you're very close to the dirt track at Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. I think I
50
heard
minutes.
you say one time.
About 50 minutes.
Yeah,
yep.
That's literally around the corner. Have you got? Would you like to go to a dirt track?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, and I think I said it the other night at the VLR. You know, I'm a NASCAR guy. Obviously, I'm here in the heart of it. I have been that way since the '80s, but I'm going to go ahead and admit it. I have never been to one. So no, I've never been to a dirt. I would like to. Now I've been to drag races and stuff because I used to do drag racing and I love drag racing, but I have never been to either an asphalt or a dirt, and being so close to one. But this does interest me, and if I ever get a chance, man, to go, definitely I do know now Charlotte has one of the best. There you go.
I'll tell you, I'd love to get over to the dirt track at Charlotte for the World Finals, where they have the Super Dirt Car Modifieds, and also the late models, the World of Outlaws late models, and the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. I believe in November, I think it is late October or early November.
I mentioned that.
So, yeah, it's I'd love just to get over and just to watch, man. It's just a spectacle to see, and I'd love to come here to the Knoxville Raceway. You never know, maybe one day it might happen. Heat race number 1 on the racetrack at the moment. The 3 of Lewis Hewitt will line up alongside the 20 of Derek Walker. Cole Newhoffen and Cody Olsen occupy row number 2. Trevor Royer and Marty Barnes, row 3. David Flick and Jonathan Smith will round out our 8-car field. 10 laps on the board will go green this time by, and Lewis Hewitt will have command of the field.
Yes, he does. Mr. Money in the Bank himself. 10 laps, like you said, will be on the board as they'll rumble around this place in Knoxville as they're coming out of here to start the green flag for Heat Race 1 under the lights here tonight. That man, like you said, from down under, he's about to drop the hammer down and make a lot of noise out here on the dirt track of Knoxville.
Heat 1 rolling through turns 3 and 4. Lewis Hewitt will give us the signal. He will get on the loud pedal any second. 3, 2, 1, go Lewis Hewitt. There he goes. And we're underway for Heat Race number 1 here at the Knoxville Raceway. Cole Newhoff in the middle. He slides up in front of Derek Walker. Meanwhile, Royer, Marty Barnes and Cody Olsen come together. But Walker, he's going to reclaim that second spot on the racetrack as he got past Newhoff down the back straight over. Here comes Newhoff back to his inside. Hewitt will lead the opening lap.
Yes, it does. Lewis Hewitt takes the outside up there, and he is long gone out front. But Derek Walker trying to hang on to second spot as he's got a lot of heat there from the number 8 machine of Cole, who is trying to look on that inside, see if he can't ride it. Right now, the inside groove's working. We'll see if these guys slide up the track and try to utilize that cushion later on in the run.
Yeah, so Lewis Hewitt continuing to lead this one down the back straight away. Walker, he's got a car linked over Newhoffen looking back to the inside in turn number 3 and 4. Walker utilising that middle groove of the racetrack at the moment. 3 down, 7 to run. Walker through the middle, Newhoffen on the bottom. He can't even quite get to him in turns 1 and 2. In turns 3 and 4 is where Newhoffen makes his ground up on the low side. But Walker, how smart is that? He went to the low side in 3 and 4, so Walker will hang on to that third spot, and our top 3 will go straight to the main event. 4th on back will be in a B main, so keep an eye on that one as well.
Absolutely right now, and they're battling it out for that second spot because Cody Olsen right there in the number 6 machine, he's halfway. We're 5 down, 5 to go in this one in Heat Race number 1. The top 3 guys are kind of spread out a little bit. Lewis Hewitt's taking off, but look at Cody Olsen. He's closing in on that 3rd place spot.
Yeah, Olsen in the Dirtco Media UDSRA, VRS number 6. The white, green, pink, black, red machine. It's the Rainbow Man. We're going to call him right now. 4 down, 4 laps left to run here in the opening heat race. Can Cody Olsen, can he get a direct transfer into the main event tonight, or is he going to have to run the B main? If he finishes 4th at the moment, he will start on the pole of the B main, so it's not looking so bad if he finishes 4th, but a direct transfer into the main event which means you wouldn't have to run that extra 15 laps later on this evening.
Absolutely. Good battle going on back here with Trevor Royal there and Jonathan Smith. Those two guys men are battling it out with 2 laps to go. Lewis Hewitt is a man in charge up front, though, with Derek Walker in tow in second. Cole Newhoffen right there in third.
Now fourth is Olsen and Smith and Royer still now. Royer going to throw the big dive bomb and slide up into turn number 3 and 4. Smith, he's going to fight back on the inside. There's 1 lap to go. Ken Smith, he's in 5th at the moment. He's got to hang on right now. Otherwise, Royer, he's going to make a pass on the outside. We go into turn number 3 and 4. And well, Mr. Money in the bank, Lewis Hewitt, is going to get the job done. He will take out the opening heat race here at the Knoxville Raceway. Second is going to go to Derek Walker. So Walker, he will transfer into the trophy dash this evening. Cole Newhoffen comes home in third. And that'll mean Newhoffen a direct transfer into the main event tonight. He will start position number 7 in the main event. Cody Olsen, Jonathan Smith, Trevor Royer, David Flick, and Marty Barnes rounds out our field.
The dogfight between Trevor Royal and them back there on that last closing lap. They almost had a drag race to the end. Nice run. So hats off to Lewis Hewitt. Let's get a talk in with him.
Now standing by with heat race number 1 winner, Lewis Hewitt. Lewis, congratulations not only on the heat win, but also quick time this evening. The early Pilsner certainly worked out in your favour.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. I think that second group was the good one to be in there. The track was just scrubbed off enough, and it was yeah, pretty quick for me.
See the bottom side really working, obviously, throughout the heat races and stuff like that. It'll start to move up to the groove. Are you expecting 2 lanes of racing here tonight, or are we going to virtually see what we seen last night and rail the cushion?
I don't think the cushion's going to come into play too early here, so I think we should have some 2-lane racing for sure. The bottom is generally quite good here in the 360s, so hopefully we get that.
How are you liking the fixed setup at the moment?
Yeah, it's comfortable to drive, as always, every week. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
All right, well done on the heat win, well done on qualifying. We'll see you in the trophy dash in about probably 10 or so minutes time.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're heading off in the heat race number 2 here, and that was your man. We called him Mr. Money in the Bank himself there, Lewis Hewitt, the man from down under. I'll tell you what, he's going to be able to buy Australia before it's over with here.
He's certainly run his fair share of money, let's say that for sure. Here with the Black Diamonds Motorsports, Iron Aces number 36. It is Nathan Davis on the pole to his outside in the TeamVLR.com, number 17, David Heilemann. At a position 3, it's going to be the 13 of Austin Carr to the outside in the 5 machine. It is going to be Brandon Steele. You go back to Michael Sheridan starting out of position 5, Doyle Lawrence in position 6, and Stephen Calavoda rounds out the field. We're going green here. Joe, 10 laps on the board. Heat number 2, it's all yours.
Yeah, heat 2. I'm going to get it right here. Heat number 2 here. There's old Nathan Davis out there. Green flag flies. His bull man drops it out. And we're racing under the lights here at Knoxville Speedway. As that man up front, Nathan Davis, he trying to do what Lewis Hewitt did. Get away from this pack and let those guys behind them just settle it out for the 2nd, 3rd place spot.
Yeah, slider from Steele on Carr. And well, Carr got into the back of him. Now here comes Lawrence and Sheridan as well. Sheridan looking to the outside, Lawrence on the inside, they're banging wheels out of turn number 2, they both go around. Calavoda gets caught up in that one. Sheridan, well, they keep it, I wouldn't say green, but the yellow flag will fly here this evening for the first time in heat race number 2.
Yeah, yellow flag's out here. Let's watch what happened in the background here just a little bit. Michael Sheridan right there. Well, they were just beating and banging going on back there in the back, side by side. Just looks like he got up there near that crash bar, and then they just collected wheels back there. And once they got tangled up, boom, just turned them around just a little bit. Nowhere to go.
A bit of a hard racing deal as they came out of that corner there. And, well, this will bunch the field back up. It'll be single file. Green flag next time by out of turn number 4. So the 36 of Nathan Davis, I think 1 lap down and 9 laps to go. We'll get confirmation on race control. Yeah, that's it. Gee, man, I'm onto things right now.
Hey, man, you on it tonight. I tell you what, boy, better watch out. Ain't going to be no slick butter on your end tonight.
Oh, there was some butter, but it'll be on some toast and Vegemite, that's for sure.
And get some jelly with it.
Jelly and Vegemite.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to go single file on this restart here as we're here in heat race number two. Like I said, they completed the 1 lap here. We don't count cautions. That's why we only say we got 1 lap here of 10. And right now, Nathan Davis is going to be out front with David Heileman in tow.
Keep an eye on Brandon Steele and Austin Carr. Stephen Calavota from 7th. From 7th up to 5th, looking to pass some cars here in heat race number 2. Here we go. We're back underway. Nathan Davis will lead the field. He's got about a 2-3 car length advantage over David Heileman. With Heileman looking to reel that number 36 in at turn number 2. But Davis will lead down the back straightaway. Here comes the maniac, David Heileman, and all these Heilemaniacs. Third is Brandon Steele trying to fend off a challenge here from Austin Carr. They go into 1 and 2. 2 down, 8 to run.
Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you what, Austin Carr is looking on that inside. He is closing in on that 3rd place. He understands that's the last transfer spot here for tonight that he needs to get there. He doesn't want to do it the hard way. If he can get up here, he's closing in. He's looking there. Just can't quite get the push he needs, but he's still got a little time.
No, that is the battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot. If you finish 4th in this one, you'll start on the outside of the front row in the B main. Otherwise, you'll start out of position 8 in tonight's main event. So it could be anywhere from position 8, 10, or even further on back, just depending on where you finish in the B main. Davis still a little bit of a comfortable lead over David Heileman. And I'll turn number 4. It'll be 5 down, 5 to run for your race leader, Nathan Davis.
Absolutely, and Austin Carr still working on the back end of that man for the 3rd place. We go back here to Dole Lawrence. He's working over the last place man here, seeing if he can't get a position up. He looks to the inside. He's going to try to put the slider on him here. He does. He completes that pass. Beautiful looking move on the 45 part, and he hangs on to that spot.
Yeah, Sheridan at the back here just doesn't look comfortable at all in that 14 machine, but meanwhile we go back up towards our 3rd place battle at the moment. It's still Brandon Steele holding off and fending off a challenge from Austin Carr, who I believe has already earned himself an invitation to the final round of the series. I believe he won at Eldora Speedway when they were on open setup, so I'm pretty sure that Austin Carr has already got himself a spot in the final round of the series.
Well, I'll tell you what, just went to a cockpit view and got a face full of nothing but dirt right there. That's what I've always said. These guys are just kicking up mud and they're throwing it in each other's face.
The car looking to the inside in turns 3 and 4 of Steele. He can't make the 1 flag. Should be out right now for the final time in heat race number 2. Well, Davis, he's still holding off a charge here from David Heileman into turn number 3 and 4. For the final time, the 36 will get it done. Nathan Davis will hold off. David Heileman 3rd. He's going to go to Brandon Steele and a direct transfer into the main event. As well, Austin Carr just gives Brandon Steele a bit of a right rear after the checkered flag. So Carr will come over 4th, 5th. He is going to be Stephen Calavota. And then we go to Doyle Lawrence and Michael Sheridan. So well done to your top 3.
Wow, Nathan Davis, he did a fantastic job from the start to the end of that one. He held off a hard charging David Heileman there at the end, and also Austin Carr. Brandon Steele holding off right there for the 3rd place transfer spot, held on to it. And let's get to talk in with our winner in heat race 2.
Yeah, standing by heat race number 2, winner in the 36, Nathan Davis. Nathan, congratulations on the heat win there. He had a little bit of a gap there to David Heileman, but he wasn't going away very quickly.
Yeah, there's a couple times I heard his motor coming up a few times. I don't know if he got a run coming out of the corners or threw it in hot or nothing. I was just trying to keep an eye on the track and hit my marks and secure the spot in the trophy dash and hopefully get a good spot for the A main.
Track look like it's moved up towards the middle of the racetrack, rather than the bottom of the racetrack from qualifying. And what are you making of the track, and what do you make of the setup as well?
The setup's it's pretty decent. The track is moving up, like you said. The fast line is definitely not on the bottom no more. It's moving up right above the slick. Hopefully, though, when it pushes up all the way to the cushion, it opens the bottom back up, and we get some two lines up in here tonight.
Man, well done on the heat win. You'll start on the outside of the front row for the trophy dash. So we'll let you get ready for that one here in just a moment. We're going to have heat race number 3. So good luck for the rest of the night, bud.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're heading up here for heat race number 3. Get set here for the night, and that was Nathan Davis there pulling it off. So our top 2 qualifier guys have won their heats respectively here tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be an epic front row, to say the least. We got the 15 of Joel Berkeley, who will start on the pole in that 15, the TTL Esports. To his outside, he is Mr. Midget Man, the Mr. Money in the bank for the midgets, winning 6 from the 10 series so far. It's Chase Cabray in kart number 4. Behind them, well, he's a veteran of sim racing, to say the least. He's been around for quite some time. In the 888 machine, it's Corey Wenzel. The nerd, Terry Rennett, in that 02 will start out of position number 4. We go back to the 5th starting spot on the inside in car number 21. It's Junior Sean Wallenfels Jr. To the outside in car number 95, it is Dakota Kuhn. And the 9 of AJ Williamson will line up shotgun at the back of this field. 7 cars in heat race number 3.
Yep, and we're about to get set here to go green flag. Well, folks out there, let me know, man, how everything sounds, looks to you out there. I typed it in, I didn't hear anybody reply, but hey, I always like seeing the feedback. What's up, Tim? I see you out there chatting up Cool Breeze and everybody else. We're getting set to go green flag racing. Like I said, that man up front, yeah, Chase Capray, he's the midget man. Well, let's see if he can get it done in the sprint machines here tonight.
Yeah, we all know the real midget man is reading all over, but that's a different story for a different day. We are green here in heat race number 3, the final heat race of the night, and it is action-packed already for the minor places. Right now, run it around the outside of Wenzel. That's for 3rd. Cabray, well, he's trying to reel in your race leader. Joe Berkeley with Berkeley looks comfortable, and he will lead the opening lap. And look at that. That is a freight train, single file, nose to tail. I almost thought we were at the asphalt races.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Those guys, man, forming the draft up there already here on the dirt. But the going guy gets into the wall, the 888 machine of Corey Wetzel. He kind of tapped it a little bit, got up there and drove up on the cushion, and they are still battling it out. But we don't know who's going to win it, but a contact between the two back there.
Yeah, it was Dakota Kuhn in the 95 now. Wallenfels Jr. He's going to look to pick up 2 positions. It's a great 3-car battle right now for positions 4, 5, and 6. 3 wide in turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Kuhn, he gets contact, and he got all kinds of out of shape. He loses a couple spots. Wallenfels Jr., he's going to lose a couple, and that's going to give Wenzel back that 4th spot on the racetrack. Meanwhile, Berkeley up front in the 15. He's got Cabray hot on his heels and looking to take the race lead.
Well, I tell you what, Junior smacked the coon out of the way there, man, and he still put the hammer down and is running around this place here at Knoxville. He has not given up. Up front, though, you have still got Chase Cabray. He's working over the leader. He's looking to the inside. He's going to try to take that slide job here and see if we can do it, and we're halfway home.
5 down, 5 to run for Berkeley. Cabray, he looks good at the moment. Well, it all comes back down to driver ability. Drivers trying to find the right line and keep their car straight, keep the momentum up. But at the moment, well, Berkeley's your race leader, but Cabray, he almost looks like the faster car at the moment.
He does, just can't get that quite groove that he needs with a slide, setting him up. Right now, the man out front is actually taking that line away from him that he needs. He's going to have to either try to venture down low a little bit or go way up high off the track and see if he can't get around him.
Yeah, it's all about being smooth and consistent. And yeah, Berkeley's ticking the boxes right now. And in fact, I think he just pulled away from Cabray in that last lap. He was a little bit quicker with a 16.939. Cabray with a 16.970. So 2 to run for Berkeley. And we'll see if we can have another Aussie in the trophy dash. He's got 1.5 to run down past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame in the museum and past the Ryan Clausen Sweet Tower into 3 and 4.
But what are y'all doing, man? Putting water down there, growing dirt track racers. I tell you, every time I turn around and I race, we got some Aussies up here just tearing up this place. And right now we got another one up front as we still see Chase Cabray trying to run down that leader, Joel Berkeley. He is working over that back end of him, though.
Wow, that was close. They come out of turn number 4. Both drivers went to the bottom in 3 and 4. Berkeley went to the low side in 1 and 2 as the checkered flag is out. Well, he was just trying a different line just to see if it was faster on the bottom. I think it's safe to say that the top at the moment is the fastest way around the racetrack. So we'll have a chat with the number 15 driver of Joel Berkeley, and well done to him. Chase Cabray in 2nd, Terry Rennett 3rd, and we go back to Wenzel, Wallenfels Jr., Williamson, and Dakota Kuhn.
No doubt.
All right, standing by with heat number 3 winner Berkeley. Joel, congratulations on that win. It wasn't easy. Cabray, well, he was sticking his nose in there, but he just kept the momentum up on the top side, and End up reeling off a heat wind.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Chase gave me a hard run there. He's been really fast all the times he runs any of this, so yeah, good to beat him in a heat race, but it's only a heat race. There's still dash feature to go. There's still plenty of racing left to go.
Look, I'm going to say you probably woke up an hour and a half ago. You sound a little bit tired. When, just quickly, when did you wake up?
I woke up 5 minutes before the SLF for non-wing, so 2 hours ago, pretty much.
No, so I was pretty much on the money. Hey, you tried the bottom in 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 on that last lap. Was that just to see what was down there? Because the previous 9 laps you were all up top. Were you just trying to compare times?
Yeah, just a little bit of a test and see how it was, see if it was faster or what. But I think it was faster on the bottom there. I know Chase reeled me in big time on the last corner, but yeah.
I could tell you you'll know anyway, but your last lap was a 17.014, whereas the top, it looks pretty much even at the moment. You hit a couple of 9s and a couple of 0s, so we might see 2 lines of racing in the trophy dash, which is going to be up next. So well done on the win, and we'll see you here on the trophy dash in a moment.
Yeah, hopefully you get a 2-lane racetrack for the trophy dash, and yeah, hopefully put in some good racing for you before they do some track prep.
All right, there you go. Heading off on the trophy dash here tonight. That was your man Joel Berkeley. Now he's from Aussie also?
Correct, Queensland.
Well, he sounded like he was a UK.
He just woke up. Like I said, he just woke up 2 hours ago, and I could tell it because I pretty much chat to him every night. Him and Lewis, we're always on Discord, so they're always racing. I know these guys go to bed late, and well, they just, no matter if they're tired or not, they just get to the front one way or another.
Oh yeah, man, they're bad fast. I'll give them that. You get, Lewis Hewitt. We definitely know he's fast, but that was awesome, man. What Joel Berkeley did. So 3 of the main guys here tonight won 3 of the heats here, so we're getting set for trophy dash time. We're gonna see, man, if Lewis Hewitt can just make it a kind of a trifecta here tonight. He's going to work on it.
Yeah, but he's not going to have it easy. He's going to have Nathan Davis on his outside here in the trophy dash. Excuse me. He's going to have his teammate Joel Berkeley right in behind him, pushing him all the way down the racetrack, I reckon. Starting at a position number 4, it's going to be the 20 of Derek Walker. You go back to David Heileman, and also, I'm trying to find out who's in 6 here. It should be Chase Cabrera. So, how about this? Our 6 fastest qualifiers are in the trophy dash from positions 1 through to 6 in the exact same order.
Wow, that's bad fast. That tells you right there, it's going to be an all-out brawl out here on this one here for the trophy dash here tonight, as Lewis Hewitt, Nathan Davis, Joel Berkeley, Derek Walker, David Heileman, and Chase Cabrera. I mean, that is a good luck on trying to pick the lottery of who's going to win in this one.
I'm going to go the man starting on the front row, on the inside, on the pole. Mr. Money in the Bank in the 3. That's, look, it's just, he's got the choice on when to go, so he's going to have just that little bit of an advantage. As he's going to go right now off turn number 4, and look at Berkeley, got a good run as well, as Berkeley now going to slide up, look for the race lead in turns number 1 and 2, but Hewitt, well, he takes the race lead, Berkeley up in position number 2, but Nathan Davis is on the outside. Here comes David Heileman as well, shuffling Walker back to 5th, but it's a great side-by-side battle here between Davis and Berkeley. Lewis leads the opening lap. Here comes a slider from Berkeley, slide job complete. Crossover, no! Oh, there was almost contact as Davis almost got into the back of Berkeley. Now Davis front wheels up on the inside, Berkeley slide job, and here is Berkeley on the inside.
But I'm going to tell you what, you want to see, folks, the best of the best here on iRacing. You're seeing it right here in this trophy dash. These are some of the awesome elites here when it comes to 360s, and they are mixing it up. Joel Berkeley has got to look in his rearview mirror and hold off a hard-charging 36 machine, and Nathan Davis right there as they'll go side by side. In the meantime, though, they're letting Lewis Hewitt, Money in the Bank man, just drive away into the midnight sun.
Man, this battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, Davis jumps the cushion. He drove it in way too deep, and he goes from hero to 0, from 2nd to 6th. Oh, but one mistake is going to cost him. How about Heileman from 5th up to position number 3? So he's already moved up an entire row, looking to move up 2 rows here. If he can just get past the number 15 of Joel Berkeley. But if he can't, we are going to have an all-Australian front row for the main event tonight.
Man, awesome run right there. Hate to see Nathan Davis. Boy, he shot that thing in the curve and shot it straight up into the wall. Here comes David Heileman for the second place spot, though, over Joel Berkeley. He makes the slide move. Crossover by Joel, though. He says he's not laying down too quickly here. He crosses over with a slider. But this is what it is. Back four, side by side, tooth to nail, lap after lap.
Definitely multi-groove racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. The sprint car capital over the way. We should have 3 laps left to run for your race leader, Lewis Hewitt. He is just gone. Here he's holding now with a slider on Berkeley. Cabray looking to put the moves on Derek Walker behind him. But the battle on for second and third right now between Berkeley and Heileman. How about the respect given to each other? Right now, 2 to run. And Berkeley, at the moment, he's going to hang on to second. But you know the 17, David Heileman, it is not going to go away too easy.
No, he's not. And right now, that man, David Heileman, is trying to do everything he can to get to that second place spot as Lewis Hewitt is long gone. He is out of here. But that man, Joel Berkeley, white flags in the air one more time for Lewis Hewitt. We'll see who can maybe capitalize on this second place right here.
2 turns to go as they come down the back straight away. Hewitt, your race leader and your race winner. Here is Heileman on the inside, but Berkeley on the outside. Berkeley gets the run. Berkeley shuts the door out of turn number 4, and he will come home second. And there it is, the finish 1-2 for Australia. Heileman comes home in third. What a drive by those 2 drivers. I mean, for probably 6 or 7 of those laps, side by side, sliders on each other. Just a fantastic race. Derek Walker comes home in 4th. Chase Cabray in 5th. And a little bit of heartbreak and devastation here for the 36 of Nathan Davis, as we had trackside to chat to our Trophy Dash winner Lewis Hewitt. Congratulations, an absolute walk in the park for you in that number 3 machine. I'm not sure if you were looking behind you, had that much time to look behind you, but there was a great race going on behind you. But well, you look certainly fast out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think those 3 guys there, Nathan Davis, and gosh, I've forgotten everyone's name, but yeah, they were all battling back there, and that's it. Gosh, yeah, they were all battling there, and it let me just sort of drive away comfortably. So yeah, that was a good, comfortable race for me.
Now, I didn't really get to see too much of your race there. You know, not going to lie, I was too busy focused on the battle behind you. But I mean, where were you running in regards to the racetrack? Because you know your times they were fairly consistent. You know, they were all pretty much in the zeros. I think there was a couple of times where you hit a 17.1 and maybe a 16.9. So I mean, where were you running on the racetrack to run those times?
I just kept it up high. That's where the speed is for me. I just set the car high on entry and just drive it around the corner, and yeah, that's consistent and fast for me. So I think that's going to be my line come feature time as well. So yeah, hopefully it stays there.
Well, you're going to start on the pole for the main event. You're looking to sweep the night. I believe you swept the night last week, I think it was, or you've definitely swept the night before. So I mean, you know, what would it mean to you to pick up another win here this evening and take home some more of this money that you keep loving to take?
Yeah, it would feel really good. It's always good when you can come and do the sweep. I think last week it was a bit more difficult. I remember, I think it was Derek Walker was past me a couple times, and yeah, that was a good race with him. But yeah, hopefully do the sweep tonight.
All right, bud. Start on the pole for the main event. Good luck, and hopefully we get to chat to you in victory lane later tonight.
Thank you.
All right, 15 of them here for the B main, 11 go on, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this one. But man, Lewis Hewitt, I'm going to tell you, Brett, boy, just like the V8 supercars down there that y'all got in Aussie, y'all must be growing dirt track racers because they are dominating tonight.
Look, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Berkeley and Hewitt are probably they are 2 of Australia's best. I'm going to put them definitely in the top 5 of Australian drivers on dirt. And I mean, you know, we've got some talent as well.
Very good.
Look, I'm not afraid to say that those guys just know how to kick 855. They just, I mean, even just racing against them in a fixed setup room. I mean, they've just got. It looks like they've got so much more speed than anyone else, and I mean, it just goes to show that. Well, yeah, he might have had a clear racetrack and not battle it with anyone, but man, the times he was doing was just so consistent.
And that's the key. You just said the exact word right there, consistency. And sometimes that plays a bigger factor than just being the fastest guy out there. If you can hit your marks, lap in and lap out, you definitely are going to have it dialed in and be able, and you're just going to make it look easy. And he is so far this series.
And you know what's scary? They're both on single screen monitors. I mean, you give those guys 3 screens. I mean, this
or VR.
Okay, I know Lewis won't go to VR. He would prefer triples because we've had this conversation. So, I mean, both those guys on single screen monitors as well. So, I mean, just imagine what they could do on triples. B-Main getting set to launch here. Olsen and Carr, your front row. Wenzel and Smith. You go back to Calavoda and Wallerfels Jr. And we are green here for the B-Main. 15 on the board. Top 11 will go through. The other 4, what they'll find themselves watching from pit road or on the stream.
No doubt about it. 11 of these guys, man, are going to get to go on. And the other ones, like you said, well, one of them is going to go home and just have to look. But out front right now, I'm not quite sure who it is out front, but I know the 88 machine's right there in third. I can't quite see the number here. I know Brett's going to be able to see a little better than I can, but he is long gone. The battle's on for second spot right now.
Yeah, the 6 of Cody Olsen out in front. He will lead the opening couple of laps. Austin Carr back there in third. Corey Wenzel Carr in second. Wenzel in third. He's got Sean Wallerfels Jr. right in behind him. Then you go back to Trevor Roy in the 90. Jonathan Smith, Doyle Lawrence, Stephen Calavoda, AJ Williamson, Dakota Kuhn, David Flick, Michael Sheridan, and Marty Barnes rounding out the field. And these guys are just fighting for positions right now. The battle is on right now. Between the 9 of AJ Williamson and the 95 of Dakota Kuhn. David Flick in the 56 looking to make that pass on the outside. Oh, AJ Williamson into the left rear there of Stephen Calavoda. The 9 goes around. And do we go yellow? Yes, we do. Yellow on the racetrack. And Roll Wenzel just getting into a couple of cars after the yellow there.
Wow, that was just, he just went off the turn right there. Got in contact. Next thing you know, just wasn't nothing he could do. He was like a ball in a ping pong machine right there and just got knocked around. Battle was on, though, for 11th spot there, and that's what we was talking about. The top 11 guys, they're going to get to go on here to the main. The rest of them, well, they're going to go home.
Yeah, so looking at Cody Olsen, your race leader, I think we have 4 down and 11 to run. We'll get confirmation on race control for that one. Austin Carr in second, Wenzel in third, Wallerfels Jr. in fourth, Royer in fifth, sixth is Smith, seventh Lawrence, eighth Kuhn, ninth is Sheridan, 10th is Flick, and 11th is Marty Barnes. So missing a couple of cars in that one, Stephen Calavoda and AJ Williamson. So it looks like those 2 drivers at the moment, they will find themselves
4 down, 11 to go.
Yeah, so yeah, confirmation. In fact, Calavoda coming back out onto the racetrack, as is AJ Williamson. So, well, an entertaining 4 laps to say the least, and this is just the B main.
Yeah, no, we still got the main event here left, so he's got to go single file here out front. Cody, he's going to lead them. Well, could we see a different winner here? Maybe advancing on into the main tonight?
Well, we'll find out very shortly, as I believe we're going green flag racing this time, hopefully. Cody Olsen in the Dirtco Media United Dirt Sim Racing Association, number 6. He's got his teammate behind him. In fact, four drivers from that team in this one. Austin Carr in second, then towards 9th and 10th, you've got Dakota Kuhn and also David Flick. So all these drivers looking to advance to the main event. We're back to green flag racing here in the B main. 4 down, 11 to run.
Absolutely, and a 888 machine of Corey Wetzel right there. He gets a good start. He's going to try to see if he can't get on the 13th place of Austin Carr, or the number 13 of Austin Carr, and see if he can't get that spot. Back here in the bag, though, and, you got to go back here to Dakota Kuhn and them. Them boys are racing pretty good as they're going to go side by side.
Yeah, Lawrence and Kuhn side by side. Kuhn trying to make the move on the inside in turns 3 and 4. He's got Sheridan hot on his heels as well. 6 down, 9 remain here in the B main. And your top 5, they're just starting to pull away from 6 on back at the battle for 6. As Smith and Lawrence now down side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Kuhn looking to make this 3 wide off for turn number 4, but Lawrence through the middle. Oh, he gets a little sideways coming out of the corner, hits a slick, And Kuhn puts a slider on, but here comes Lawrence Smith back to the inside.
Boy, I tell you what, Lawrence, he made a move right there. He went high, slipped up just a little bit, but then he crossed him over. As these guys, man, are mixing it up. That 95 machine there of Kuhn, he's on the inside. He's going to utilize the slide job, gets it done. Contact between the two. Look at Lawrence, though, inches upon inches there, and makes that slider work and takes that spot back. But here comes Kuhn again on the bottom.
Yeah, Kuhn and Lawrence with a great battle out of turn number 4. In fact, well, Lawrence is going to start to pull away by a couple of car lengths. Meanwhile, Sean Wallenfield's junior yellow flag is out onto the racetrack. The 56 of David Flick, in fact, going back to pit road. That's not what the 56 would want to see.
Ouch. Yeah, watching this one right here, he just got clobbered in the side there and drove it on into the pits, and his night's done.
I think 9 down, 6 to run.
I believe so. Yep, you're right. 9 down, 6 to go. That's net, man. You own it.
You know what? I feel like I can do a lot more when I'm not actually running cameras. But when you're running cameras, it's just like,
yeah,
you've got to do so much. Like, I know what you're going through, man. You know, to run cameras, to commentate, you know, to keep an eye on chat as well, and look for battles all over the racetrack. Man, it gets hectic behind the scenes here.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. That's why, man, we're up here and to bring the action to them. That's what it's about. Just to bring this awesome action here at Knoxville Speedway. And so far, it's a good one. Back on the green, though, out front. And, man, in the 8 machine there, Cody Olson, he takes a tagging on with the 13 right there behind him.
Now about the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. And the 11th row, 3rd in there as well. Wenzel trying to hold off a charge here from Trevor Roy. Behind him is Sean Wallenfield Jr. And you throw the 45, the door road. Man, he's starting to come on late in this race in this B main with 10 down, 5 to run. And your race leader is still Cody Olson from Austin Cone. Here comes the slider from Roy. Wow, that was a big slide job. And Wenzel with the last crossover. Wow, that was real close in turns 3 and 4.
Man, he came out of nowhere on that slide job right there. But in the meantime, battle for the lead up front. You've got Austin Carr putting pressure on the man out there, Cody Olson, looking to the inside. So not only do we got battles happening in the back, middle, but we got them happening up front all over this track.
Well, the battle for the race lead is a starting position, either 10th or 11th. You win the B main, you'll start 10th. If you come second, you'll start 11th. So it's effectively one road. But it's whether you want to start on the inside or outside. 2 to run here in the B main as Olsen still trying to hold off his teammate Austin Carr in the 13. Carr's got a run coming out of turn number 2. He's now going to go to the race side. Look for that slide job for the race lead. But Olsen with a nice crossover. Olsen takes back lead, 1 to go.
Man, it does, and right now, Olsen, he took that top spot back, so the battle's on here between Austin Carr, Cody Olson. They are definitely duking it out. Behind them, they're having their own talk back there for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th place, but the battle is brewing. Up here, checkered flag, and I'm going to tell you what, Cody held on to that one. That was a close, hard-fought battle up front.
Yeah, Carr threw everything at him there in those last couple of laps, but it was the 6 of Cody Olson who comes away with the win in the B main. 2nd will go to Austin Carr. 3rd went to Trevor Royer. He picked off Corey Wenzel for that 4th spot. 5th went to Sean Wallenfield's Jr. 6th, Doyle Lawrence. 7th, Dakota Kuhn. 8th was Michael Sheridan. 9th was Jonathan Smith. 10th was Marty Barnes. And the 11th car to get the transfer spot is AJ Williamson. So that means David Flick and Stephen Calavoda. Well, they're the 2 drivers, unfortunately, that are going to miss out here this evening.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you hate to see drivers have to go home, but that's just the name of the game here tonight. Well, we're going to bring up Cody Olson. Let's get a talk with our race winner here for our B main here. So he's heading off into the feature here tonight.
Yeah, standing by with the 6 of Cody Olson. Cody, congratulations on the B main. Not a race that you would like to have won, but well, no doubt you've still done a good job to transfer into the main event here shortly.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, the track's kind of started at a weird state, but I think Austin was a little faster there. I think I was holding him up a little bit, but got lucky on a couple of those cautions.
Now, teammate to Austin Carr, the Cuban, and you can call him a Cuban. I'm not sure if you know that or not, but he's given me the okay to call him. But is there any team orders out there just to finish 1-2 in that situation, or is he just another driver out there that you're trying to race against?
No, there's not like really any order to finish or anything like that. We always try to go out there and race each other hard and try to get a good finish while staying clean. So,
what did you make of the track after that B main or during that B main?
The bottom's not there yet. It's pretty much single file right now. The cushion's getting there. It's starting to get built up, so there should be some good racing here in the middle of this feature.
Well, you start on the outside of the 5th row. I mean, there's a lot of quality cars both behind you and also in front of you. What's it going to take for you to put that 6 in victory lane here this evening?
A lot of luck.
Well, we wish you the best of luck and good luck for the main event as you start position number 10 in that one, Cody.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was our man right there going into the main here tonight. Well, our feature time here, folks, is going to be all or nothing here tonight. We're going to see if Mr. Money in the Bank, Lewis Hewitt, can pull off another one here tonight. And, boy, he is definitely racking them up. And what's up out there, Gerald? How you doing? And, Tim, just to let you know, this is Brett Wheeler in the booth with me. This is the man, the myth, the legend of dirt. It's a pleasure to have him. But he's from Australia, y'all. So that is awesome. I mean, you're like, what, 10,000 miles away or something? I don't know.
We had this conversation at the start of the night. This legend talk, come on, man, you got to get rid of it. I'm just another guy that loves a bit of racing, dirt track racing. I just love my speedway. I just love getting it on. And I love being up here with Joe.
Got something to tell you. Talk about dirt track and about we're going to see it here because I know you love talking about it. The 4-wide salute. Was watching today a video. Actually, for the first time saw that on a video. 4-wide salute for super late models. It was an awesome looking sight. It was real.
Oh yeah. It ain't no fake stuff around here on the dirt track living tea. It's all or nothing. But man, well, we're going to get set for the 30-lap main event here this evening. And Joe, we're going to have 30 green flag laps. So yellow flag laps are not going to count here this evening. And it's going to be a good show. Hopefully with some 2-wide, and hopefully we get to see that 3-wide action.
Yeah, and we will. I mean, like you just said, we're going to have 20-some of these guys out here. They're going to put on an awesome show. What these folks will see is, now don't pay attention to the laps up there, folks. Like we just said, it's actually 30 laps. Again, caution laps will not count. That's why the ticker up there, you'll see. Now, the ticker will go right here, so you'll be able to follow along. Everything will line up position-wise, but as far as the laps won't, no, we're not going to be here for 200 billion laps. We'd be here this time next year.
Yeah, that's way too long, man. I can't do that.
No, we'd have to take a couple commercial breaks here and there.
Just a couple?
Well, hey, man, I told you, you're the dirt man.
yeah. If you want to see 2 million laps, you might as well go to the asphalt side, huh?
That's right. There you go. Well, now those road guys might love that long. Now they love those endurance races, 24-hour stuff.
Yeah, that'll put me to sleep.
Man, hey, me too. Man, I love racing. So, wow. I want to tell you what, it is a sight even to see these cars, man, just lined up like they are 2x2x2 on the pit road before they're brought out. I mean, it's just a spectacle. And I just happened to think about. I thought about you today when I saw that on that video. I said, you know what? That's what Brett's always yapping about up here, talking about the greatest thing in the world. And I saw it. I said, man, that is kind of greatest sight. Yep, there you go. And I saw it and listened to it. A guy was at his local track, I guess, and he was filming and just came up while I was flipping through Facebook, and I just sit there and listen to it and watch it. I said, hey, it's kind of cool. I said, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. All right, so for the first time, viewers, if you're unsure of how things will work from here on out, you think they're just going to race for 30 laps. That is incorrect for the moment. So they'll do 2 laps behind the iRacing official post truck. When they get the green flag, it will not be the green flag of the race. We're going to manually line up the guys that finished in the trophy dash. They'll come through the field. The guys that finished third in the heat race, they'll also start to come through the field, and then the B main guys will form up behind them. So we'll have 20 cars to get set into their correct order. They'll generally take about a lap or 2. When they do that, they'll roll around for one lap, then they'll get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports history. The 4-wide salute. We'll then do a 4-wide salute for a full lap, and you'll get to see what we've been just talking about probably for the last minute or so. And if you think the Royal Wedding's exciting, well, you're absolutely crazy. No one cares about that. It's dirt track racing time here, Joe. The Knoxville Raceway, 30 laps on the board and a 4-wide salute here for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series.
I couldn't agree more, and I didn't even know, man, until the Royal Wedding and who was getting married. So there you go. It tells you how in tune I'm in.
We are at the Royal Wedding. We're at the Knoxville Raceway, baby.
There you go. 360 sprint time here. Main event. It's been a good one so far. So can Lewis Hewitt tonight pull it off here and make it, you know, three races wins here tonight? I mean, make it the sweep pretty much, as it's going to be a good one. As these guys are lining up right now, what you're seeing, folks, here is obviously, you know, we're not going to go green. He's setting the field right now. Race control is. Then we're going to see that 4-wide salute, and then they'll back it back into the respectable places, and we'll get set racing here for 30 laps.
All right, so just quickly, while these drivers are, you know, getting into position, Joe, let's take a pick on who you think will take out tonight's feature event.
Man, it's hard to bet against Lewis Hewitt, but I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna go. Let me go with, man. I'm gonna take a stretch here. I'm gonna go with old Derek Walker out there. He's been strong in the past here, and you know, but again, it's really hard to go against Lewis. He's definitely fast, but Derek's got a fast machine out there. He's up front. I hope I don't jinx him, but hey, and let's see maybe Derek pull it off.
Well, I think, as you said, it's going to be hard to beat the 3 of Lewis Hewitt, but I'm going to take the guy on the outside of the front row, Joel Berkeley. So let's see if those guys can pick up the win here, or will Lewis Hewitt continue this dominating run here tonight? And Joe, here it is. Inside, the first 5 rows on the inside are starting to break to the left. The cars in the B main starting to come through the middle right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world. It is the 4-wide salute. Let's see those thumbs up in the videos. Well, you can bang your hands together. They can't hear you, but put some thumbs up in the chats and just appreciate what you are seeing right here, right now. The greatest show in all of motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. The Knoxville Raceway, the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a sight to see right there. 4x4x4 all the way back here. Salute from the drivers to the fans, the virtual fans out there, and the viewers watching. It is an awesome sight to see here. These machines rumbling around here, just all lined up side by side.
Well, to quote Johnny Gibson, often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt. The winged 360 sprint cars presented by Virtual Reality here live on the OSRN network with Joe White and Brett Wheeler, and they break formation, which means we are less than a lap from getting this field set and underway for 30 laps around the Knoxville Raceway.
Well, I tell you what, and if you thought, man, the heats and everything, the mains were wild, well, you might want to buckle up, sit down, and watch this one, because these guys up here are about to put head to the wind, drop the hammers here tonight, throw some dirt and mud in somebody's face here at Knoxville, because you're looking at some of the best that iRacing has to offer.
And 2 of Australia's best on the front row: Lewis Hewitt, Joel Berkeley, David Harleman, Derek Walker, Chase Cabray, Nathan Davis, Colin Ruff, and Brandon Steele, Terry Rennan, Cody Olsen, Austin Carr, Trevor Roy, Wenzel, Waller Fells Jr., Joe White. Let's get dirty for 30!
Yeah, line, and the green flag's about to drop, hammers about to fly. Here we go, dirt's in the sky tonight at Knoxville, and that man Lewis Hewitt, he takes off, and he says, y'all fellas, settle it behind me. But Joel Berkeley, if he has anything to say about it, he ain't said yet. He is going to try to run down that Aussie man in front of him.
Yeah, they were 3 wide, Walker, Cabray, and Davis. They were 3 wide coming off turn number 2 to the opening lap. Well, it's going to belong to Lewis Hewitt. Brandon still up and over the cushion now. He's lost about 4 or 5 spots. He's going to fall back to about 9 at the moment as they're starting to single file right now, and they're sorting themselves out. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, they're still 2 and 3 wide. But your top 5, here comes Cabrera with a slider on Walker, and Walker with a nice crossover. Meanwhile, Davis, he's going to lose a couple of spots to Olsen and Carr.
Yep, contact right there between him, and there's contact more again, as I think didn't think it was going to bring the caution out, but boy, it definitely stacked the field up in the back there. Nathan Davis got involved, not sure who the other guys, I think Marty Barnes and him, but they're 3 wide back there with Marty Barnes and company, along with Brandon Steele.
Yeah, it is still hectic in the back at the moment. Meanwhile, the top 10, well, they're all just around the top side of the racetrack. They're trying to find the river, they're trying to find that cushion. But Lewis Hewitt continuing to lead this one. Down in the turn number 3 and 4, Berkeley in second, comfortable. Harleman in third. He's got pressure from the 20 of Derek Walker. Meanwhile, well, it's Chase Cabray holding off a charge. But now we're going to carry into the wall in turns 1 and 2, spun around the other way. I believe it's the 90 of Trevor Royer, and in fact it is. So, wow, Trevor Royer, I'll have to see what happened to him there.
Yeah, 90 machine there. Trevor Royal, let's see what happened here on him. He was just coming through the field in the back there. Up there in the top side of the cushion, they were battling hard in front of him, and I think he just had to check up and was a victim of just nowhere to go and just got pushed up into the wall, and next thing you know, he tumbled it on the turn.
Yeah, Trevor Royer and Brandon Steele, those 2 drivers coming together there. So the first caution is out, and I believe we got our 5 laps in, so we'll have 25 remain here in the main event. And, well, I believe we've still got all 20 drivers. In fact, Trevor Royer, in fact, might be one of those cars to go back to pit road. In fact, he's still on the racetrack, but there he goes. He's going to pull it into the pits right now. So Trevor Royer, the first casualty out for this evening.
Trevor Royal right there in the pits. Hate to see that. I tell you what, he was just, the guys were up there racing hard, and the 2 guys got together in front of him. He had nowhere to go and just got pushed up into the wall. So, night's done. 5 down, 25 to go.
So Lewis Hewitt, your race leader. Go back to Joel Berkeley in second. Third is going to be David Heileman. Derek Walker in 4th. 5th is going to be Chase Cabray. 6th will be Cole Newhoff and Cody Olsen. In 7th, Austin Carr. 8th, Nathan Davis. 9th, Sean Morlenfels Jr. rounds out the top 10. You go back to Terry Renner in 11th, Corey Wenzel in 12th, Michael Sheridan 13th, 14th is Dakota Coon, Jonathan Smith in 15th, 16th is Marty Barnes, Stephen Calavoda in 17th, Brandon Steele 18th, Doyle Lawrence in 19th, and Trevor Royer, the first car to DNF. But how about Stephen Calavoda? I think he literally qualified 22nd and started at the back of his heat race, and well, he finds himself looking for a top 15 and maybe even a chance to get a top 10 here this evening.
Yes, it is. Pace truck's in. Here we go. Lewis Hewitt, he's going to drop it up front and get set. He takes off out there. And the man Joel Berkeley behind him's got David Heileman in the mix. But here comes Chase Cabray, Derek Walker, they're in the mix. And they're mixing it up. That's actually for the 4th and 5th place spot.
Yeah, Walker into the low side in 1 and 2. That's going to open up the door for Cole Newhoff to get around the outside. And in fact, he does make that pass in turn number 4. Now Newhoff shut the door going into turns 1 and 2. Walker way up high in their marbles, and that's going to allow Cody Olsen and now Austin Carr. So Walker, look, he's gone from 6th, potentially back to an 8th, even 9th almost. If Nathan Davis is going to get past him, wow, this is a great battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th between Walker, Carr, and Davis.
Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you what, Walker, man, he walked that thing almost up into the wall there. Hate to see that, but Austin Carr all over the back end of him. I tell you what, when you've got this much talent, this much speed, and this much skill on the track, it is definitely hard to pass and hard to make up ground. Lewis Hewitt, though, he is a man looking like he's just, well, man of steel. We call him the money man, but here comes Joel Berkeley. He's going to try to close that gap in on the leader up front.
Now looking at the gap right now, it was less than 0.4 of a second, 0.366, and that's what it was when they went past the start-finish line. So less than, about roughly a little bit over half a second between our top 3 drivers. We're going to complete lap number 10 right now. So, well, we're 1/3 of the race distance done, and it's still Lewis Hewitt looking good out in front of that number 3 machine. Berkeley looking solid in second, and Heileman in 3rd.
Yeah, we got a good battle going on back here for 12th, 13th, and 14th place spot here, Brett.
Oh, let's go back to this one right now. Sheridan and Rennet right now. Well, they had a nice little side-by-side battle to go together. Oh, Wenzel and Marty Barnes got together on the back straightaway car. Into the wall, upside down. It's the 0-2 of Terry Rennet. And his night is done. Oh, an unbelievable turn of events here for the 0-2. As I'm just watching my own little replay here, he jumped the cushion and rode the Knoxville wall, and upside down he goes.
Yes, he did. Just tried to climb that thing, tried to make his own way around the track here. Hate to see that on Terry Rennet's part. Came out of here last week and brought it in, and he's a good guy, man, out there at that Dirge machine. I believe I was telling you before, I used to call him with the Hemi Yoda. He used to run the trucks over on the oval side. He'd always run a Toyota with a Dodge paint scheme, so I always just called it the Hemi Yoda. Well, I don't know what kind of motors they run in these. I would say probably Chevys or something like that. Maybe we could call it. Is it okay? Well, that's another thing. I haven't really, caught up on what a lot of the blocks or whatever they would have, but maybe we can call it like the Chevy Sprint or something.
Just 360 wing sprint cars will do, Joe.
But, well, yeah, man, look, you got spiced up a little bit.
But look, we do all the sponsors and stuff for the racetrack for the guys just to throw sliders on each other. That's when it gets hectic right now. And speaking of that, trying to spice things up, Lewis Hewitt right now, he was just rolling the cushion in turns 3 and 4 to see what it was like and see how far up the racetrack it was. So, trying to have a look and see how many. What are we down? 12 down, 18 to go, I think.
I believe it is. He just said it, man. Race control did, and I didn't catch what he just said, so my bad on that one. I wasn't paying attention. I was listening on the other end here, but either way, yeah, I think we got it. I think about 18 or 16 to go. Yeah, 12.
12 down, 12 down, 18 run. That's what we're going to go with.
That's what we'll go with. He'll remind us here when the race is. I'll go single file on the restart as that iRacing pace truck's going to pace them around here with the lights off. These guys are going to go single file, freight train there. Nose to tail all the way back. Lewis Hewitt's the man front. He wastes no time getting it through the gear there and takes off and it slides it into turn 1. As behind him, Joel Berkeley's got his hands full with David Heileman there, along with Chase Cabray. Well, I'll tell you what, they're in a dogfight here at the dirt track.
Yeah, Colin Yoffman rounds out the top 5, but just behind them is Derek Walker, Austin Carr, Nathan Davis, and Cody Olsen. It is literally a freight train of cars up on top of the racetrack right now. 13 down, 17 remain here at the Knoxville Raceway. Now Heileman under pressure and under siege here from the 4. Chase Cabray, he throws a big slide job into turn number 3 and 4. Heileman coming back underneath as we got a great battle going on for third. Meanwhile, Berkeley is starting to catch a race leader. Heileman with a slider back to Cabray.
Yeah, it is, man. But Joel Berkeley up there, he is moving in and is trying to knock out the most of money in the bank. He looks to the inside. The meantime, though, behind them, they are mixing it up. Chase Cabray showing what he's got. He is throwing that cart, man, high side, low side, middle side. I'm waiting for him to take the infield next.
Meanwhile, Berkeley and Hewitt. Oh, here comes Carl with the double slide double way. Oh, they're 3 wide up for turn number 4. Walker. Oh, no. Walker coming up the racetrack. He gave, I think it was Austin Carl or Cole Newhoff, a bit of a right rear and don't argue. And unfortunately, we're going to lose 2 of our top 10 drivers due to that one wreck. Oh, that was a massive one.
Man, Austin Carr, they were 3 wide right there. And the next thing you know, boom, shakalaka. Man, and, well, he got caught up in the fence there and is just sitting around, just waiting.
Yeah, Walker got in contact, was never clear of Austin Carr in the 13. And the 13, well, right rear meets left front. Generally, the left front car guy never ends up being able to continue on, and well, that's exactly what happened because Cole Newhoff was on his outside of Austin Carr, and there was nothing that Newhoff or Cole or Austin could do in that situation. It happened in a matter of seconds, and well, 2 of our top 10 cars go upside down, and man, that's just such a shame to see.
And no doubt about it, with Lewis Hewitt still out front there, Joel Berkeley in second, David Heileman in third. Wow. Tell you what, man, it's a good one so far. As they're still in a caution right now.
Just Just trying to count how many laps we've had. Maybe 16 down. Just trying to keep quiet for you.
Yeah, well, I'm just I'm listening to race control, seeing if they settle out what's going on the caution here. But Lewis Hewitt, man, I'm gonna tell you just real quick. Lewis Hewitt right now, can Joel Berkeley pull this thing off? Can he get up there and take it out?
Yeah, I reckon he's certainly got the car speed to do it. He's certainly got the talent to get past him. And Derek Walker, I believe, going back to pit road. So whether he's been disqualified for that one, I'm not too sure. But the 20 of Derek Walker back on pit road, he's done for. And we're back
Tough to do out there, Gerald, man. Count laps, man, and broadcast too, man. I'm gonna tell you what. Now I've got race control in my ear and I'm listening to him right now. So, but either way, man, we got Lewis Hewitt. He gets a jump out. He gets that jump there. We're halfway home here. And I tell you what, he's got enough time to run him down, and we've already seen him be able to do it. So if we can get some green flag run in here, I think Joel Berkeley actually can get around that man up front, Lewis Hewitt.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He can't get the job done. I think we've got 12 laps remaining here at the Knoxville Raceway. I tell you one thing we're not going to incur is lap traffic, so it's a clear racetrack at the moment. With the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt, Berkeley still riding in second, riding the cushion. Oh, Chase Cabral caught the cushion. He come down off the cushion, and Nathan Davis had nowhere to go. Davis, Marty Barnes, I believe, the 45 of Doyle Lawrence, Michael Sheridan, I believe that might be, Lawrence and
Nathan Davis, man, right there in this one. He got up into the wall there a little bit. Let's see what happened. The 4 came off the wall and got into Nathan Davis, and from that point on, Nathan Davis didn't see the guys behind him. I think it was the 23 or Jonathan Smith, and I'm not sure who else that was behind him. I think it was actually Terry Renner involved. Man, just a bad deal, racing deal.
Yeah, that was just pure racing, that one. It was Cabray who just got his right rear just a little bit higher above that cushion. And when you come down off that cushion, it just sends the car hard left. So
yeah,
they have to try to counteract that one.
Yeah, no, I tell you what. Well, I hate to say it, Chase Cabray right there in the 4 machine. He just lost it there, and Nathan Davis nowhere to go. Just contact between the two. So, wow.
$21 by my calculation. 21 down, 9 remain. Try and listen into.
Yeah, me too. Control. I'm listening to race control. They're trying to figure out what to claim on the caution right now. But I'm gonna tell you what, Lewis Hewitt, man, he is phenomenal. I mean, we call him Mr. Money in the Bank for a reason. And right now, Joel Berkeley is doing everything he can. The problem is the cautions are not playing in his favor. He needs a long green flag run to run that number 3 down.
Yeah, Hewitt gets the jump on the start, and it generally takes a lap or 2 for Berkeley, to sort of stay put there with Lewis Hewitt, and then you take that into consideration. He's really only probably got 5 or so laps to catch him, and then
16 down, 14 to go. Just got confirmation. It says we got 14 to go.
These guys have done more than that, I'm telling you.
Well, that's what he just said on race control. Just confirmed, said 14 to go. So we're gonna go with that. They might run out of gas.
There's no way they've done 14.
Hey, you go down there and argue with race control, man. I'm going with what he says.
I'm telling you right now, these guys have done 21 at 17-second lap times, and that's what I'm going on. You know what? I'm gonna go argue the point with him.
Okay, go ahead. All right, Brett's going down there, folks. I'm gonna stay up here and call this action on the green flag. I'll let Brett go down there and throw hamburgers at him for a while. As pace trucks in, Lewis Hewitt's going to drop that hammer down here in Knoxville. Joel Berkeley's going to try everything he can. He needs a couple of laps, though. He needs this thing to go green. He's had the car to be able to run down Lewis Hewitt. The problem is Hewitt gets a good jump out front. Here comes David Heileman, though, on the inside. He is trying everything he can. Cody Olson's on his back tailgate right there. I said tailgate, my bad. Crash bar, there we go. As you also got Michael Sheraton right on the high side. They're utilizing crossover move. David Heileman looking for the third place spot. Can he get it done from the number 6 machine of Cody Olson? Did you get it straight?
Well, I've just told him on what I just counted, so who knows. But we'll just keep calling the action, and we'll let you know how many laps we're done for. But at the moment, Hewitt still leading by about 4 car lengths, maybe 3 car lengths over Joel Berkeley. Heileman in third, Cody Olson. And then Michael Sheridan up into position number 5. Then you go back to Sean Wallenfels Jr.
Absolutely, right there. Wallenfels Jr. trying to move it up there to the 5th place spot. And Don, I'm not sure if they're doing the drawing for the headset tonight or not, but you're right, Gerald. Hey, we've out here done some awesome racing, so we might get to go over 10 to go this time by. Just got that confirmation.
Yeah, listening to the race control. Oh no, Sheridan upside down along with Cody Olson. Oh, a big ride in turns 1 and 2, and 4th place and 5th place. Well, they find themselves upside down just in front of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum. Maybe they want to get their cars inside of the museum and put them on display.
I saw that. We saw it live right there. Unfortunately, 2 of the good drivers out there just made contact, rode the wall. Wow, just hate to see that right there.
So it looked like Sheridan just got on the outside. That's just a hard racing deal. Sheridan was on the cushion on the outside. Olsen was sort of just holding his line, and just a little bit of real estate that was not there from both drivers, and unfortunately both drivers taking
so we know
hard nose to tail flip, and wow, man, that just sucks for both guys because they were inside of a top 5.
Yeah, I hate to see that. So just so we know, 10 to go.
Apparently 10 to go from race control. So that's, you know what? We're just going to go with that. There's no point trying to argue with race control.
Hey, man, look, he's having a hard enough time tonight. Many drivers out there and whatnot. We'll definitely go. But 10 to go. Hey, that's more action for the viewers out there. More action for us up here to call. It's been a good one so far these guys had here at Knoxville.
Oh, boy. This is things are heating up in the kitchen right now. Look at how black this racetrack is, and slick on the entry into turns number 1. So look, it just, and you see where the pace car rolling? See how slick it is, and then just to the left of that and to the outside of either sides of the pace car, there's just that little line of moisture there that's, these drivers could potentially put their right rears if they want, if they're not comfortable on the cushion. So keep an eye on some of the drivers, maybe throw those slide jobs.
Absolutely. As the lights off on the pace truck there, as I'm trying to choke myself up. Pace truck's in. Lewis Hewitt's going to take off. It's going to be interesting to see, like you said, with this track slickening up like this, what's going to happen behind them. Joel Berkeley, he takes off there with David Heileman in tow. He's also got Sean Wallenfeld Jr. Wallenfeld. There we go.
Yeah, now here comes Heileman to the inside of Berkeley in turns number 3 and 4. Side by side battle for 2nd and 3rd. Now Heileman going to use the low line. He's going to slide up in front of Berkeley. Can he cross back underneath him? He does so down the back straightaway. Slider coming from Berkeley. Maybe 2 for 1. No. He's going to keep him pinned and locked down on the low side. But Heileman, he's going to take over 2nd.
But I'm going to tell you what.
For the lead.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. In the meantime, man, they are running down Lewis Hewitt, who we have not seen anybody be able to do all night long. And here comes the junior. Boy, where did he come from out of the mix?
Sean Wallenfels Jr. looking to challenge for your top 3 and maybe get a podium here right now. But Hewitt continuing to lead from Heileman. Back to Berkeley. This is a great race up front for your top 4 spots at the moment. Heileman down to the low side. Berkeley on the outside. 4-6 remain. 24 down.
But I'm going to tell you what, did you ever think, man, Lewis Hewitt would have this much competition up front? I don't think he did, but right now this track has not turned any favors for him. He's up high on the cushion. David Heileman to go. 5 to go this time by Brett, and it is heating up front for the Aussie.
Well, Harleman, he's in an Australian sandwich right now. He's got 2 team cars, one in front, one behind, just the way Harleman likes it now on the low side of the racetrack. In 3 and 4, he's challenging for the race lead. We've got 4 to run, 2 miles to go.
Yes, we do. David Harleman, or excuse me, Lewis Hewitt out front. You got David Harleman in tow behind him. So you got the money in the bank out front, and Mr. Muscle Man himself, the Harlemaniac. Oh, Lewis jumped the cushion for a second, but so did mess up on Harleman's part. He could have capitalized on that move right there.
Battle for the race lead right now, not going away. 2.5 to go. Harleman now to the inside of Hewitt. Here's Hewitt on the outside. Berkeley trying to catch back up to your top 2. 2 laps to run here at the Knoxville Raceway. Side by side. Give it to Hewitt at the start finish line. Oh my God. Talk about luck. Harleman had the slider, and that should give him the race lead, although he never actually made that pass. It was Hewitt who was going to be coming back on the inside, and we talk about luck with 2 laps to go. David Harleman will now have the race lead, and if I'm Lewis Hewitt, I'm punching everything on my desk all by the computer screen.
But I'll tell you what, for the first time, I think we have seen the man, the Aussies himself, Lewis Hewitt, crack under pressure from David Harleman. He put it on him there at the end, and he drove it up on the cushion and allowed just that little bit of a slip, and that 17 of David, he drove it in there, and the caution flew at the right time. What a move, what a race, what an ending to this one.
And what a heartbreak for Lewis Hewitt right now. I mean, he doesn't even have a chance to cross back underneath him, but oh my goodness, I believe we are going to have a green-white checker. 2 laps remaining here at the Knoxville Raceway for, I think, round 15, 16,
oh, that's
somewhere
right
around there. It
Folks,
is
I'm sorry.
I mean, these guys are...
2 to go.
These guys are fighting it out to get a spot in the final round of the series. And not only are they competing for money here, but they compete for that chance to have an opportunity to get a ride in a real sprint car. So, Coleman, 2 to go.
But I'm going to tell you what, my apologies there, I forgot. That's right, we don't count caution laps. I'm so used to the caution laps getting counted, and that's why I said it was over with. But you're right. Lewis Hewitt has one final shot here. The problem is we've seen all night long the leader gets that jump out front. So David Harleman's going to get it out there, and if he can get out far enough, I don't know if Lewis Hewitt's going to be able to make the time, but you know he's going to send that thing off into the turn and see if it'll stick for everything it's got.
Here we go. 2 laps left to run here at the Knoxville Raceway. David Harleman, Lewis Hewitt. We're back to green flag racing here. Who will take out this round of the series? And Harleman, well, he's got 8 turns left to go. Can he do the job?
Yes, he is. We've got a car flipping in the back there somewhere. Can't see who it is, but David Harleman's out front. Here comes the junior on the inside of Joel Berkeley. He takes the 3rd place spot with a slider move. Can Lewis Hewitt move it in with a white flag this time by?
And yellow flag is out, so we're going to have another one. We're going to have a 1-lap shootout.
No, we're racing it out.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. We'll go back to our turn number 4 right now. And Harleman and Hewitt, they're side by side. And Harleman will grab the win. And, man, you talk about having luck. 2nd went to Hewitt. 3rd, I believe, was Berkeley at the line. You go back to Waterfields Jr. And then Nathan Davis. So, man, it was just... that was absolutely chaotic.
Yes, it was. Well, what happened right there was, folks, just for y'all to see out there in the viewership, is race control in the ear. Those guys almost let off the throttle out there, but when the caution flew, but they said, race control yelled, race it out. So they raced it out to the end here, and wow, that's why we finished this one here like it happened. But, man, David Harleman, he held on to it here tonight.
That was an unbelievable finish. I mean, the yellow with 2 to go, the timing from Harleman to put that slider on, and then just, I'm actually speechless right now. This was an absolute outstanding race. Here we had a couple of yellows, but man, the racing between Harleman, Berkeley, and Hewitt. You also throw in Davis as well. It was just an epic encounter.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna bring up Joel Berkeley here, and I'm gonna get I'll get a talk in with him, because now I know you'll want to get a talk in with old Lewis Hewitt there. That's your man. But let me bring up old Joel Berkeley here, man, and get a word in with him. He's our third place finisher here tonight. Joel Berkeley, did you wait in the booth? Got a copy?
Yes, yes.
Well, I tell you what, a wild finish right there to a wild night of racing here for the virtual2reality.tv 360 wing sprints here at Knoxville. What did you think about that finish out there?
That was a tough track. That was, yeah, really rough at the end there. Like halfway through, it got really rough and hard to drive on it. Consistent.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, right now, man, it is definitely an awesome one. It was an awesome night here of racing. Take us back. I mean, how good was the track out there for you?
It was great. It just, yeah, towards the end of that feature, it just got really, I don't know, it just got really harder to run. I think that's why a lot more cautions come out at the end, but yeah, it happened, so yeah.
Well, are you happy with that third place here tonight?
I would have liked to get a win, but yeah, I think that third should get me a spot in the final. Not 100% sure, but should get you. Hey,
no doubt about it. Well, you had a fast machine all night long. You won one of the mains out there tonight, and it was a good night for you all in all. You got out here to the feature. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, it's massive thanks to the guys at TTL Esports. Willis and David did a good job tonight for the team. Ash Media Speedway footage, Hyper Stimulator, Ultimate Dirt TV, down to graphics and tire designs.
No doubt about it. Well, definitely, man. Congratulations on the third place run here tonight. Joel Berkeley. We'll send him down there, Brett. And just real quick, Don, out there before we bring the next guy up here, just to answer your question out there. This is a manually run setup. A lot of times, me and Brett don't have the ticker like we normally would. So, yeah, hey, we're humans. Hey, I'll go ahead and just speak for myself. I'm human. I definitely, man, going to make mistakes up here. I do have race control in my ear. But, yeah, we lose track of laps and cautions and everything else. But hey, if you want ESPN style, well, watch ESPN. And with that note, I'm going to bring up the second place man, Lewis Hewitt. Let you get a talking with him.
All right, well, okay, back to reality right now. Lewis Hewitt, second place. I'm actually devastated for you. I mean, just an epic race from start to finish. You led for 28 of those laps, and then, well, Harleman puts a slider on you, yellow comes out, and you don't have a chance to cross him back over, and pretty much gives him the win almost. But do you feel a little bit robbed, or is that just a part of racing?
No, that's just a part of it. That's iracing. Yeah, it was a good race. I'm glad I survived in the end. It was getting pretty rough out there, but yeah, I'll take second. Nothing wrong with that.
That cushion up top, you were leading at one stage, and you almost jumped the cushion and almost ended up into the wall. I mean, talk about how dangerous that cushion is to run up there on a track like this.
Oh, it is absolutely deadly. I had a couple of times where I came incredibly close to jumping it, and was glad that the guys behind me didn't run me over. So thanks to David and Joel for running me clean when that happened. But yeah, it was a tough race.
Well, you almost pulled off the sweep. You qualified quick time. You won the heat. You won the Trade the Dash, and you were literally 2 laps shy of completing a clean sweep here tonight. But look, well done on a second. Mr. Money in the Bank picks up a little bit more cash, and no doubt, why don't you thank the people who helped you get here?
As always, TTL Esports for their support, and our sponsors being Ash Media, Down on the Graphics, Tie Designs, Hyper Stimulators, and Ultimate Dirt TV. And thanks to you guys, OSRN for broadcasting, and V2R for the hosting it all.
Lewis, good job on second, bud. And we'll see him next week in the Northwest Focus Midget Series on Wednesday night. And Joe, are you going down to Victory Lane, or am I heading down that way?
Well, either way, man, doesn't matter. If you want to head on down there, go right ahead, man, because I know David Heileman, I would have never thought coming out of this one that man, anybody probably would have been able to contest and run down Lewis Hewitt, but he did. Right place, right time. And David Heileman, bring him up here, and yeah, run on down there and get you a talk in with him.
I was so close to picking him to win, but didn't want to put the mockers on him, didn't want to give him the commentators' curves. Well, David Hardeman, congratulations on finding victory lane here this evening at the Knoxville Raceway. I mean, just what an epic race from start to finish, and talk about that. Talk about your race down. That's probably his first 15 or 20.
First 15 or 20, I was very content on just sitting in third place. I was getting challenges from Chase, and I think Derek was on me a time, and Cody. So I was very content on running for third place until those last 10 laps. All of a sudden, I put a couple laps together. Some guys made some mistakes, and all of a sudden I was out front. And yeah.
Well, you had a good race there with Joel before you got to Lewis. I mean, you guys put on some sliders, then you managed to clear Joel, and then, well, you set your sights for the race leader, Lewis Hewitt. You go into turns 1 and 2 with a big slide job. The yellow comes out. At that stage, you're thinking, oh, thank God.
At that stage, I thought it was the 6 yellow and yellow laps. We're going to start counting then, and I thought maybe we could just cruise home to victory lane. But instead, we did the single file restart, got a decent jump, but then kind of ran 1 and 2 safe. I thought the slide job line that I had was plenty fast, but Lewis came out like a rocket out of 2 there, and I got really nervous and had to block a little going into 3 and 4, and I was able to beat him back to the line. Well,
not only do you pick up around here at the Virtual Tour Reality, but you also pick up, I believe it's a $65 or $75 paycheck here tonight, so not a bad result. Considering we're doing some online racing and the opportunity that is now going to be given to you, you'll have a spot in the final round of the series and an opportunity to get in a real ride sprint car. I mean, what would it mean for you to get that opportunity to race a real sprint car, courtesy of running online sim racing?
To honest to God, it just seems so unreal that I don't even think about it much. Like, I don't even know what I would look like in a real car. So right now I'm definitely just happy to run this every Friday with Joel and Roger putting it on. It's great, but yeah, whatever he sets up for that final race, don't count us out. We'll be there.
Did you have some cheesecake tonight, or did you skip that part?
No, I got a bunch of popcorn seeds stuck in my teeth to be here.
Well, David, congratulations on the win, but before we let you out of here, why don't you thank the people that make it all happen for you?
Just thanks to Team BLR and OSRN and Ultimate Dirt TV pairing together to put this on for all the dozens of Idle Maniacs out there watching.
I think you meant to say millions and millions, but you know what? We'll roll with dozens and dozens, but there should be millions. But Dave, well done on the win, and you never know when we'll see you in victory lane again.
Well, right there you go, Brett. That's what it's about, man. These guys out here having fun for the viewers, for everybody else out here throwing on a great show, and it was a great show from the heats on down to the main here, and what a crazy finish there. But David Heilemann, the Heilemaniacs, holds on for the win. Brett, I tell you, man, you got any final words on tonight?
Just, I've said this plenty of times tonight, just an epic racetrack. I mean, epic finish coming up, with a 2 to go, and slider from Heilemann, 3 wide battle, 4 wide action. I believe there were 1 or twice at the start of the night, but you just can't take away from the fact that David Heilemann and Lewis Hewitt, Joel Berkeley, Nathan Davis, Chase Cabray, Cody Olsen, all those guys literally putting on a show here at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world, and that's what sprint car racing is all about.
And we saw a lot of it tonight. We saw a lot of great action here under the lights of Knoxville. And folks, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope all the viewers did. Tune in, man, next week. Tune in to Ultimate Dirt TV, folks. I tell you what, that guy, man, well, he's by the name of Brett Wheeler. I call him the Dirt Legend from down under. Definitely check him out over there. For the folks here, myself here, and Brett up in the booth for OSR Network. Appreciate everybody, and virtual2reality.tv. Everyone, have a good night from tonight.